And welcome back. It's now time for our weekly dollars and cents.
And Tom joins us live from the Resource Center. Tom, what can you tell us about?
What I can tell you about is, I know from talking with this man right here, Bruce Porter, over the years, he never does anything without a reason. And I'm sitting on a stool. He told me, sit down there. I know there's a reason coming up. Am I right?
Possibly there could be a reason.
And does it relate to this? When is the best time to retire?
So I'm getting this question a lot because you know volatility creates a lot of concern.
Yes, it does.
People that had plans are now having to adjust because of the changing economic times that we live in. So the big question is, when is the best time to retire? Well, my thought is, if you planned correctly, any time that you desire to retire is the best time to retire.
Okay.
So
that just makes sense. Yeah.
I just take the position that why would you let current economics dictate what you and your family want to do the rest of your life? Because what if that day never comes? What if times are tougher and you're stuck working? No one wants to work indefinitely. You want to have that kind of that light at the end of the tunnel.
It almost sounds like eliminate the X factors by planning wisely.
Yeah, I mean, if you develop a plan's got to be adjustable and changeable. So if you do a plan correctly, you're going to be able to stay on track regardless of current economic conditions.
Okay.
Now, let's move forward. 3 signs that it's a good time to retire.
All right.
So if you have a steady stream of income. So I talk a lot and have in the past on the show about sustainable income.
Right.
You know, income that's here today and gone tomorrow, you can't really count on it. So if you can't count on it, how good is it? Now, you got to have, I think, you got to have multiple sources of income. So I'm going to relate that to a stool.
I knew it would come in here. Okay.
So you're
All
sitting
right.
on a stool.
All right. What's this
so
all
now
about?
this particular stool is a very stable stool because it has 4 legs.
Okay.
Now,
Sure.
how would you feel if that stool only had 1 leg?
It's not a stool. It's an accident waiting to happen.
That's right. And if it had 2 legs, same deal. It's not
Yeah.
going to be stable.
No.
If it had 3 legs, it would be stable and it would be secure, but it's even better if you've got 4. So let's call 1 leg Social Security.
Okay.
Let's call the other leg maybe your 401k, your retirement plan.
Okay.
Maybe you're lucky enough your wife had one also, and now we're going to call the 4th leg savings. So if you've got your debt under control, you've got some savings, you're living within your budget, you've got a couple of sources of additional income besides your Social Security, you've got a 4-legged stool, you're going to be pretty stable
You have a
into retirement.
Great base. Okay.
Now, you're at a place in life where you can live on the income that you've created. Now, a lot of people come to me and say, pretty common, hey, I'm going to plan on retiring at the end of the year. Let's start that conversation. And so the very first thing I normally would tell them is, okay, have you determined what your income is going to be? And a lot of people have went that step.
Right.
They've looked at, here's my Social Security estimate, here's what I'm going to have, this, that, and the other. And I said, okay, let's live on that income for the next 6 months.
Start early.
That's right, just a test. So if you can live on your retirement income, then you should be okay.
Sounds
but if
simple.
if you dig into your savings,
Yes.
or if you run up some credit card debt because you can't live within those means, then you may not be quite ready.
Okay, you told us this. When is it not a good time?
So, 3 signs it's a bad time to retire. Number 1 reason people hesitate is they're worried about outliving their money.
Sure.
Now, when it comes to retirees, know that you're going to fit that same pattern. When you're younger as a retiree, you're going to spend more money when you're younger than you will when you're older. Because when you retire, what's people do? They go buy the boat,
Right.
they buy the camper, they go on the cruise, they take a few extra vacations, and they really spend more than they should, but that's what people do. Now, if your budget doesn't match your spending habits, then you may not be ready to retire.
True.
There's got to be some self-control there, and you have ideas, but you don't have a plan.
All of this says to me, they need to talk to you.
That's right.
There's your QR code there. There's the phone number. That said it all. I said it sounds simple. Simple solutions in a complex world, and
That's
that's
right.
what we're all living in right now.
That's right.
Bruce, always good to see you.
Good to see you.
Back to you.
Thanks, Tom. Those are things that I would not want to have to figure out by myself.
I know,
and
exactly.
Thank goodness that they are there to help.